Real Madrid 1, Barcelona 5. Words I did not think that would be said since Zidane took over. Last time it happened was under Pep Guardiola, where Real Madrid got absolutely hammered. Look at the league table. Real Madrid are now 9th. Real Madrid. It baffles me how a team that's so successful, a team with apparently the world's best player, better than Messi, better than Mbappe, better than Ronaldo, better than Neymar, better than any player that you can name, according to FIFA anyways, is just getting hammered. Now, I'll get onto the game in a sec. First off, I just want to say congrats to Barcelona, because Barcelona did deserve the win. Real Madrid created maybe 5 chances the entire game, and Barcelona just hammered us with their chances. Suarez hit the post with a a scissor kick, and they're just clinical. Real Madrid, what did we do? We crossed the ball in for Benzema, who missed the net. Let's see, Modric hit the post, world's best player there. Benzema missed a one-on-one. List goes on, and it's just baffling. Like, how is a team that's just so good, or supposed to be so good, doing absolutely nothing? And I'll get onto that now, actually. So basically, what happened? Coutinho scored a really nice move in the first, I think, 14th minute. Then Suarez got a penalty. Varane, clumsy defending, just barged him over. Penalty, hands down. Then Marcelo scored, give Madrid a little bit hope, but I did not have any hope at that time. I was messaging my friends when they were talking. They're like, oh, Real Madrid have a lifeline, but no. I told them no chance. Barca are going to score next. And Madrid had the chances afterwards. Modric hit the post. Benzema missed an open net. But no, it was just not to be. Eventually, Barcelona grew back into the game when they brought on Ousmane Dembele. They scored quickly after, Suarez with a goal. Then Suarez was through on goal again, chipped Courtois, and then Suarez finished it off. It was just... Oh no, Vidal finished it off. It's just terrible defending, and nice save by Ter Stegen there. But basically, the team comes down to this. When we had Ronaldo, Real Madrid was feared. No one wanted to play against Real Madrid. If you played against Real Madrid, if you go attacking, then you could be caught on the break. If you're caught on the break, you have players that can punish you. Ronaldo, he would have easily scored Modric's chance, Benzema's header, Benzema's one-on-one. If we had Ronaldo still, he would have easily scored those chances. Would we have beaten Barcelona? No one's going to be able to tell that. But we would have definitely put up more of a fight, and we would have not conceded 5 goals. Now, midfield. Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Casemiro. Casemiro somehow was nominated for one of them, as an option for man of the match. For me, he did nothing. He didn't protect the defense. In fact, every single one-on-one situation, or every single attacking situation for Barcelona, I didn't even see him in the picture. Then Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, they just gave up on their defensive duties. Kroos and Modric just stayed forward, and that's probably down to the coach. He's probably told them, no, play a high line, let the defenders worry about defending, and let the midfielders just stay up. And that's how Spain play. Spain play very attacking. We pass the ball around. We play basically 2 at the back every game because our fullbacks are wingers. And he brought that style here, but the problem is we don't have any danger men, so we just get exposed every single time. Now, that's what happened against... every team we played against, Levante, I want to say Almeria, the blue flaggish team. Anyways, the past few games we've been terrible. We've lost 3 in a row now. We haven't scored in ages. Finally we scored today, but it's just not been good enough. Then moving to the defense, we have Marcelo, who looks like the only player that's actually trying. He scored last game against Levante. He scored against Barcelona today. And he looks like he's the only player that actually gives a fuck. The rest of the players are just not turning up, not giving in any performance whatsoever. Modric looked like he wanted to leave in the summer, and it looks like he still wants to leave. He's not playing for the team. He's just playing, I guess, to force a move. I guess Inter Milan, a team that got into the Champions League rather than a team that's won it 3 years in a row is more appealing. Guess he got bored at Madrid, but anyways, Modric has been nowhere near the level that he showed in the World Cup. Then you have Carvajal, who I'm pretty sure is injured today. I can't remember who started right back. I think it was Nacho, actually. But then they subbed off Varane. They threw on Lucas Vazquez at right back, who's not a right back. He's played there before, but I don't know why they brought him on instead of Odriozola. I know we were chasing the game, but at the same time, would you rather play a winger who doesn't really defend, or would you rather play a right back who can defend and go forward? I don't know why we bought Odriozola. I know it's to give Carvajal more competition, but at the same time, we don't play him. So what's the point? And then I'll get to Varane after. We'll start with Ramos. For me, Ramos is the best center back in the world still, but he's just being exposed. He's not getting the help he needs. He likes going forward, and that's the part of his game that he's always had to him. He used to be a fullback. He used to bomb forward, but now he's just being found out as a defender because he only has another player next to him, and that player is Varane. And Varane is the most useless center back, most overrated center back I've seen. Varane, World Cup winning center back. Best center back in FIFA. Like, you use him, he wins you games. Absolutely useless in real life. The penalty he gave away for Suarez, I don't know why he had to barge him over. Suarez probably would have scored that, but at the same time, you never know. He just gave him a shove in the back. Suarez is always going to go down. He's known for that. And that was just a soft penalty to give away. And the only reason why he's so highly rated in FIFA is because he won the World Cup. But the reason why he won the World Cup is because Kante's on his team. So the reason why France won the World Cup. You can claim, oh, well, France have a bunch of good players. Pogba, Kante, Griezmann. I'm probably forgetting. Oh, what a terrible pass, Ramos. Probably forgetting a few. But basically, France have an insanely good team. Varane, I am Titty. Varane was getting bailed out. Varane last season was terrible. He didn't have a good season. I remember, I think it was last season when they played against Valencia and Varane made like 3 mistakes that game, cost us 2 goals. That was either last season or the season before that. And he's always been prone to making mistakes. He's never been a confident defender. And he's improved a bit, but it's still nowhere near the level that a Real Madrid player should be at, and he was rightfully subbed off. I know he was subbed off for injury, but I would have subbed him off even if he wasn't injured. He could be fully fit, and he wouldn't be getting into my team. I'd play Nacho over him. Varane just makes way too many mistakes. He has 84 pace in FIFA, yet he did not show any of that pace in the game today. And yeah, it's just terrible defending. That's basically what cost us. Bale, he's been out injured for God knows how long. He comes back. He does nothing. Hasn't scored in, I think, 6 games now. He got subbed off and replaced by, I want to say, Asensio. I'm not too sure on that one. Can't really remember. But, yeah, Bale hasn't done anything. And then we'll get on to Benzema. Benzema, useless. One word to describe him. He's our top goal scorer this season with 5. But useless. Absolutely useless. One of the worst center forwards I've seen. The only thing he's good at is link-up play. But if we want a striker for link-up play, get Giroud. At least Giroud knows how to make a nice little flick. Like, on it, Giroud is a better striker than Benzema. And other than the whole controversy with the sex tape scandal with Benzema and Valbuena, Giroud is a better player than Benzema, and that's just weird to say. I remember when Arsenal wanted Benzema to replace Giroud because Giroud was just a lamppost. Now it's just Benzema who's a lamppost, and he got so many chances this game. He missed a one-on-one. He missed an open header. He's just useless. Benzema couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he was standing 2 feet in front of it. He is easily the worst striker I've seen for Madrid. He's been at the club for ages, and I don't know how he's still at the club. He hasn't performed last season. Last season it was the worst I've seen him. And this season I was hoping that, hey, maybe Real Madrid are going to buy a replacement. Maybe they'd get Mbappe. That was the rumor in Spain. Maybe they'd get Neymar. That rumor's been around for ages. Who else was linked? Lewandowski was kind of linked. Kane was linked. Real Madrid fans actually voted for Kane as a player to replace Ronaldo. But instead, we kept Benzema. Now, I'm going to get on to the Real Madrid's transfer policy now. So, we've all known that Florentino Perez doesn't really like Ronaldo, and it's mainly because it wasn't his signing, so he's always preferred other players to him. Also, Ronaldo's really egotistical, as everyone knows. But Nope, terrible cross. But, yeah, so Fiorentino doesn't like him. We sold Ronaldo. Fair enough. You get 100 million for that. Now, it's up to you to decide what to do with that 100 million. Do you buy a world-class player? Do you buy a player that's going to be a world-class player? Do you buy someone in between? Let's go with a 16-year-old, pay 50 million pounds for him, and play him for a B team. That's basically what they did. They spent 50 million of the Ronaldo money to buy a B team player. Now, don't get me wrong, Vinicius Jr. is playing amazingly for the B team, and he's probably going to be one of the talents of the future. Hopefully he's not another Odegaard, but I have hope. But other than him, we bought Mariano and gave him the number 7 shirt, a player that couldn't get into Real Madrid's team when he was at Madrid. He left for 1 season, scored a bunch of goals in a Farmers League, and now he's back at Madrid and supposed to be the new Ronaldo. Oh, look at Mariano, he's going to score us 20 goals this season. Instead, he scores a banger against, I think, Roma. I think that was the 3rd goal he scored. And other than that, has done absolutely nothing. Who else did we buy? We bought Odriozola, who we don't play. We bought Lunin, goalkeeper, who we shifted off on Alaves. That's the team with the blue flag. But, yeah, I just remember that. We bought Lunin, who we shipped off on loan. He's not going to get into the team, especially over Courtois and Navas. We bought Courtois, who made a good save this game. But I don't think Courtois was really the player we needed. I would have really... Oh, goal, Suarez. Typical. Courtois should have saved that, actually. That was right at him. But, yeah, so we bought Courtois. Kind of a slap to the face to Navas, who's been there for years, for like 3-4 years. But, honestly, the only goalkeeper I would have placed Navas with is Oblak, Ter Stegen, which is never going to happen. Well, Courtois just ducked under that. And De Gea. De Gea is definitely available. His contract's expiring in like 7-8 months. Instead, we get Courtois, who had a good World Cup, to be fair to him, but other than that, I've always thought he was overrated. He was good for end of last season at Chelsea, but Chelsea play very defensively, so it also helps him out, like it covers him. Real Madrid do not play defensively. That is the last thing. I remember when Rafa Benitez was at Madrid, and he tried telling Marcelo to stay back while attacking. Good luck with that. And he just got absolutely hammered by the press, by the fans. He was out there within 6 months, I think. I'm pretty sure 6 months. Could even be less. But, sorry for the cough, by the way. Have a cold. But, yeah, Rafa Benitez got sacked for playing defensive, and now we have Lopetegui, who couldn't organize a defense to save his life. Now, to get on to the manager. So, we talked about transfer policy being terrible. That's not the manager's fault. That's Fiorentino Perez who decides who to buy. He takes advice from Lopetegui, but in the end, it's his money. He's the one that decides what to do with it. So, like I said, sold Ronaldo. And, yeah, so... Oh, another goal, Suarez. Maybe he gets a hat-trick in this game. But, yeah, so they sold Ronaldo. And now every team's just not worried to attack us because Benzema can't score, Bale's always injured, so we have no threat going forward. So that means that teams, when they get the ball back, they're just going to send numbers forward because they don't care if we get the ball back because we won't be able to punish them. So instead, what they should have done is hired a coach that could just get us through the season. Get us top 4, get us into the Champions League. We don't need to challenge for the title. We haven't challenged for the title since I think 2 years. Then last year Barcelona absolutely ran away with it. But anyway, the title wasn't something that was realistic, especially since losing Ronaldo. Let me just try to skip this. Come on, ref. Wish you could skip the cutscenes. Anyways, the title wasn't really achievable, especially selling our best player and not really getting any reinforcements from him. Now, instead of bringing in a coach that can get us through the season, just even for a year, it doesn't have to be a long-term manager. Antonio Conte, he wouldn't last more than a year at Real Madrid because he's way too defensive. And instead, we get a manager who tells both fullbacks, just bomb forward, don't worry about defending, just stay high. And it leaves us with 2 center backs, one of which I find useless, which is Varane. And Casemiro, who kind of stays back depending on how he feels. And it's just not how Real Madrid should be playing right now. We don't have an attacking threat. So instead of doing what we should do, We're just attacking. It worked at the start of the season, but then teams found us out. After I want to say Leganes, I'm pretty sure we lost to CSKA. We tied with Atletico. We 0-0. Bale missed a sitter in that game as well. And Oblak saved it a bit. We lost to Levante, Alaves. I think that's about it. Can't remember. Oh yeah, and beat Victoria Pilsen 2-1. That's another team we should have hammered, but Benzema, you know. Anyways, so we're playing attacking. Teams found us out, and we just got punished for it, and that's exactly the situation that we're in. If we fire the coach and we get what a chance, good save, and we get a coach in that could play more defensively and try to nick a goal, maybe even Mourinho, hell, if he comes back, I'm sure he'll see us through the season. He won't last more than a season, maybe 2 seasons, but at least just a coach to get us through the season and finish top 4, I'll be fine. Because right now, it doesn't look like we'll finish top 4. We're 9th in the league, and we're quite a few games in. I know the Liga starts later than the Prem, so I'm pretty sure we're only 9-10 games in. But having Real Madrid sit 9th after these games, and especially since we've had quite a few easy games, it's just not something that we should be doing. Anyways, we'll see out at the end of this game. So far, it's 2-0. Wouldn't surprise me if Suarez gets a hat-trick, honestly. But I'm just not hopeful. I'm hoping that in January we bring in someone. Nice move. I'm hoping in January we bring in someone who can reinforce. That's a goal. Reinforce the defense. Yeah, that's still a goal. Yep. I'm hoping we could bring in a new midfielder. Give Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and Casemiro more of a challenge. I hope we get a striker. I would love to see Mbappe, but that's probably not going to happen. I don't see Real Madrid dipping into their funds until the summer. Come summer, depending on how they did, and then they'll probably buy some players. But yeah, I'm just not hopeful for this season. This season's gone to hell already. Having lost to Sevilla's another team we lost to. Forgot about them. But yeah, we still have to play against Valencia. We still have to play against Bilbao again. Yeah, we lost them. Or no, tied them. But anyways, as this game comes to an end, where do you guys think Real Madrid's going to finish? Do you think we have any chance at all in the Champions League? I personally don't. Oh, right. Good job, Carvajal. I personally don't. But I'm really, I'd like to hear what you guys think. This is the end of the game. It's been Narwhal. Sorry, I've been in a bad mood, but understandably. Before I end the video, I'm going to be starting a series. I'm going to be, I'm applying for communications, or I'm going to be. And in order to do that, you need a portfolio, which is basically making some episodes, getting like a series going, and just talking. So I'm gonna try to get back into the whole FIFA thing. I'll make another video doing a club tour just so that you guys see where I'm at with my ultimate team, and I've done pretty well myself. I'll show you guys more in that video. But basically, I'm gonna be doing it's like a review show, an analyzing show, where I'm gonna be inviting guests over, talking about their teams, getting to know more about their teams, what people think about it, and just having a conversation. It'll be like a podcast. I've been interested in doing something like this and having people over. Unfortunately, I haven't really had the time with work, but it's something I'm going to try. I have 3 guests coming over. Not for this next weekend. I have someone coming over. It's going to be an Arsenal special, and then we'll see about the other ones. I do have 3 people lined up, but we'll wait to see about that one. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'm really excited for what's coming. I hope you guys are too. But yeah, this has been Narwhal. See ya. For those of you who sticked around, here's a little example of Benzema's finishing for the past 2 seasons. As you can see, he fails to find the net at any given opportunity in one-on-ones, from range. He is absolutely useless. Thanks for watching. Peace.